Good morning and happy Holy Saturday, everyone. Yes, tomorrow is Easter. We made it. And yesterday was the final Friday where I wasn't allowed to have meat. Now next week I can have meat on Fridays. It's gonna be awesome. I wonder what I'm gonna do though. That'll be interesting. Actually, let's get to my low and my high by kind. I guess my low is I did sort of get here a little bit later than I would have liked to. That was a bit inconvenient. I had to see my mom and my dad for a little while. Because I love my mom and dad. And yeah, I know. Seeing them every day doesn't really sound so, extravagant. But, I love my family. So, there you go. But my high is, actually, one part of my high I definitely have to address, outside of being with my family, of course, is, by the way, my low is the fact I got home late. I don't think I did a good job of specifying that. My high is I finally got myself some fish. Seriously, all throughout Lent, I didn't have a single bit of fish until yesterday. I love fish fries when I'm supposed to have them. Unfortunately, now that we can have meat on Fridays, I don't really have much of a taste for having fish. I guess if I, here's the thing. If I have, no meat for dinner, that's a bit of a problem. But let's say for the sake of argument, I have, fish for lunch, that's fine. I don't know, I know the original phrase is breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, I believe, and then dinner like a pauper. I think that's how it goes. But there's gotta be some meat, and hold on. My keyboard messed up a little bit. Hold on, let me go. There we go. No worries there. Okay. So, those things happened. And what was my act of kindness? Well, I did some stuff for my grandma yesterday. That was fun. I like doing stuff for my grandma. That's always nice. Yeah, honestly, today is about the most, for all intents and purposes, today is going to be uneventful, but that's fine because considering what tomorrow is and the big day that I have planned, I can handle Saturday not being that big of a I can handle not having Saturday be not I can't say this correctly. I can handle Saturday being boring. Thank you. That's what it is. It isn't necessarily boring. The real thing that I have to do today is normally when we go to church on Saturdays, you go to church at 5 o'clock. But the night before Easter, no masses are held except for one that's late at night. I think the earliest that's happening, and the one I'm going to, is at 7. And it's called Easter Vigil Mass. Basically, it's dark, very atmospheric, very somber. It's sort of, basically it's supposed to represent when Jesus was buried in the tomb before, this is the night before he was resurrected and everything. So, basically, it's quiet, it's somber, but but slowly, you get to light some candles and sort of light your way inside the dark church, which sort of lights the room. It's very, very beautiful, actually. It can be very beautiful. And peaceful. For all the flack that I am about to give sometimes for Easter Vigil Mass, it's, okay, I am about to give it flack, but this doesn't always happen. But I forgot how peaceful it can be sometimes. Really peaceful. Really, the only problem with Easter Vigil Mass is it provides an opportunity for those new into the Catholic Church to be baptized, confirmed, receive Holy Communion, or have all three. Basically, all three ceremonies take place. And believe it or not, I have actually been the one that went from 8 o'clock all the way up until midnight. Yes, I have done that before. It was my junior year of college, and my team had just got back from track meet, because I was doing track at the time. And, I knew that church was going to be pretty late. So, it didn't matter, because whenever we had track meets, we got home like really late. Like 6, 7, sometimes even 8 o'clock at night. Trust me, they were long days, to be sure, for sure. But we get back to the school, and I'm like, okay, I can walk over to St. Francis Xavier, because that's the Catholic church that's in Gettysburg. St. Francis Xavier. Very nice church, by the way. And I got there just in time for it to start. Actually, was it 8 o'clock? I think it might have been 7 when I got there. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I get there, we're about to go inside the church and everything going on. Very lovely service, everything going on. It was beautiful, it was great, everything. But then they got to all of the baptisms they had to do, which lasted over an hour. And then they had to do all the confirmations they had to do, which again lasted over an hour. And then you had people receiving Eucharist for the first time. That's when they received the body and blood of Christ, whatever. The little wafer cracker and sip of wine, that thing. And that lasted over an hour. Not to mention everybody else had to go as well. I'm sitting in the back like, a part of me wanted to leave, but I stayed for the whole thing. I legit stayed for the whole thing. It was like midnight when I got out. And it was about 12:30 when I got back to my dorm, because it was a bit of a walk. And then I remember the next day, I spent all of Easter working on a paper I had to do for the public health class I was taking. Have I told you I really wasn't a very good student back in college? Full disclosure, I went to all my classes. I always got my homework done. I just didn't read or study. That was my thing. I hated reading. I hate sitting there and studying. The only way I was ever going to get information beaten into me is if I was constantly quizzed on something. Which I figured out a way to round that my senior year. Better late than ever, I suppose. Man, what is it with my senior years at both high school and college being my best years? Crazy, right? Well, that's a messy detail for high school. As for college, I worked around it, so I only had 3 classes per week instead of 4. That was great. 3 classes a semester, I should say, I had class, Monday through Friday, but, I was a morning person. So, all my classes were always pretty much in the morning. And, the earliest class started on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday was 8. And the earliest the class started on Tuesdays and Thursdays was 8:30. So, there were times it was 10, 11 o'clock, I was done for the day. And all I did was just sit around and watch YouTube videos. And play Pokemon. Yeah. So, hey, I got my college diploma. And on time, too. Just don't expect, don't expect summa cum laude. Or magna cum laude. Or straight up cum laude. Don't expect any laudes. Not from me. But yeah, I had some good memories in college. And honestly, stuff because with track, and we had a lot of away meets, I didn't really have time to go church or anything. But, I mean, I did go to church on Sunday, but, going to church on Saturday is just better. Plus, when I was in Gettysburg College, Catholic Mass is at 5:30 in the evening on Sunday. Can you believe that? That's just absurd. I mean, 5:30 on Sunday? I barely tolerated going 5:30 on Saturday. I can barely go. Oh, actually, now I barely tolerate going to church at 5 now. And I said now too many times in one sentence. Because I'm hungry and I want dinner. At least during the summer, church is always going to be at 4. That's going to be great. And I was just talking about this with my mom yesterday too. Like, right now for me personally, I'm at that point where I really do want to go back up to Keuka Lake. It's well within reach. We've got less than 2 months to go. I'm really excited about that. But I also know it's not time. Like, I could still perfectly enjoy my day doing everything we do around here before summer begins and we go to the lake just fine. But as soon as we get to around Memorial Day, I'm like, okay, everything that we normally do, for fall, winter, and spring, it's about run its course. We're about ready to go back up to the lake, and once I'm up there, things are just right. And that's really all I'm asking for things to just be right. I'm not perfect, and listen, I always say this whenever we stop going to Keuka Lake. Keuka Lake was formed during the Ice Ages. It's millions of years old. It was there long before I was born. It's going to be there long after I'm gone. It's not going anywhere. In full disclosure, I really could just drive up to the lake right now. I really could. There's just no need. I mean, the only thing I could do is enjoy the view, which, from my dock is always going to be a nice view. But it's probably going to be cold. It's probably going to be windy. It's already going to be a long drive as it is. Because from my apartment here to where we are on Keuka Lake takes about 55 minutes. So, yeah, about an hour. And that's just going to there. And honestly, it would just be... Honestly, I only have so many days where, I get to be able to stay home, enjoy myself, see my family for church later, do all that. I'm better off enjoying that for what it is. And in a way, going to church kind of solidifies all that. It's funny. I told myself as soon as I grew up, I am never going to church ever again. Man, I go to church every week. Heck, I went to church yesterday. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you the story. So, I said yesterday that there is going to be a service on Good Friday for church, right? And it takes place at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because that's the very moment that it was presumed that, Jesus passed away. And I'm thinking, okay, it's just going to be a simple mass, right? It might as well have been Palm Sunday all over again. We were there for an hour and 40 minutes. And even better, we got to read through the entirety of the Passion of the Christ again. And there was this one time where, normally, we have to do, say prayers for, certain groups of people. He said, for the deacon's let's all pray for so-and-so or whatever. And then we kneel for, 30 seconds. Then we get back up, and then the priest says a little something. And then the deacon does it again. We kneel again for 30 seconds. We did that, 10, 11 times. Listen, I know there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world, and I know that we really should hope and pray that things get better. How many things are we doing here? A fella can only be on his knees for so much, man. Oh, it's even worse, too. Because before we got to receive communion, they have this, little miniature wooden cross with Jesus nailed to it. And anyone who wanted to had to, walk up and, kiss, Really, I guess you could kiss any part of it, but I chose to kiss the feet because I'm pretty sure that's what my old man did because he was there with me. So he kissed the feet, I kissed the feet, and then everybody behind us, because we sit near the front end to do it. And this is a pretty full crowd, too. Good. Listen, I'm glad I went. And I guess if push ever came to shove, I'll probably go again next year. But as of right now, I never want to do anything like that ever again. But hey, I was a good little Catholic boy. I did the things I was supposed to do. Hopefully tonight won't be so horrible. I mean, you never know. Some kids are probably going to get baptized. Or actually, some adults. Really, anyone can get baptized in the Catholic Church at any age. I mean, I did it when I was a baby because, that's what my family did. But, you can convert to Catholic when you're an old person and, get baptized then, receive confirmation, all that. So you can pretty much do it at any age you want, as long as, you're pretty faithful at it. So, all in all, I have a pretty relaxing day ahead of me. Oh, that actually reminds me, Harris Hill actually opens today. For those of you who don't know, Harris Hill is like this one giant hill that a lot of people go to. And there's like there's like a little amusement park, there's batting cages, go-karts, a shooting range for golf. Actually, speaking of the golf, the Masters is going on. I heard it got rained out yesterday, now they have to resume play today. So they're probably a day and a half behind or something. Anyway, so they have a shooting range, playgrounds everywhere, park benches for picnics and everything. There's a pool with a high dive. That's the best part of Harris Hill right there for me. But, everything else is fun there too. And it opens today. Oh, and there's also mini golf. There was mini golf. Mini golf is out. Ooh. Pool with high dive or mini golf? I gotta go pool with high dive. I mean, yeah, mini golf is actually more accessible year round. But man, when that pool with a high dive opens, it's a dream, man. It is a dream. But mini golf is fun too. Really, everything up here is a little fun. So, if you're in the area, you want something to do, go to Harris Hill. Do that. If you actually want to, if you want to drive all the way up to Keuka Lake, you can visit the Curtis Museum. My late grandfather, in his later years, was a curator for that museum. He was really big into the community of Hammondsport. So, yeah, visit the Curtis Museum. A lot of history there. I hope you all like this video. If you did like this, our YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very home in this video for all of you guys who watch the Joe today. Hopefully, a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Holy Saturday. Actually, I hope you guys, if you're not Christian, have a happy Saturday anyway. And remember, if you guys want to talk to us, we're here to lend you. I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.